Hey guys, welcome to this brand new episode of Suits and Sports. And on behalf of Global Sports Policy Review, I would like to welcome our guest for today. It's Mr. Pranav Yadav. So, Mr. Pranav here is the Assistant Director of the Sports and Youth Affairs of FICCI. So, hi sir, how are you doing today?
Yeah, it's been a lovely day, the start of a lovely weekend. So hope it goes gracefully well. Yeah, so you guys tell me.
So we are also doing good here, and we are also of course doing very good because you have came to meet with us, and you have I know you have a very big and busy schedule with you, and just giving a minute for us even your each minute count for us. So we are also very grateful to have you in this Saturday. So first of all, on behalf of JSPR, we welcome me myself welcome you, and we are very grateful to you. And second thing, I think Ryan will going to ask you the thing what's he haven't mentioned you the thing you are the assistant director. So just as know we GSPR is trying to progress in the field of sports, to give some platform to everyone students ever in the sports, right? So first question, what do you think the FICCI means the FICCI and other organization can do for development of sports sector in India?
See, on a larger note, we use this terminology as sports sector or sports industry, it is very important to narrow down the definition. What all in all compromises and makes up this whole terminology as sports sector and sports industry? It is our athletes, it's the sports tech businesses, it is the manufacturing businesses. Then we have a lot of new esports and fantasy sports startups. So a lot of components compromise and build up this sector. So we are picking up initiatives, different initiatives at different times. Of course, especially in these times, especially for the sports tech sector and the core heart of the sector and the industry, our athletes, because of whom the whole sector runs. Right? There is a athletes, a bunch of athletes of boxing, of wrestling, of different other sports. That is the reason why we have federations, right? We have federations. That is the reason why we have our sports ministry. Now we have broadcasters who align with the federation because of the athletes. So whenever we go to the root cause of any business which is happening in the space of sports industry, it is the athletes. So something which we have picked up lately is to get our Indian athletes vaccinated, their families vaccinated, get them health insurances, get their family health insurances. This is something which we are doing for the core origin of the sector. That we are doing for the businesses is, of course, since we have Dubai World Expo coming up this year, which is the largest world trade happening in Dubai. This happens every alternate 4 years, but of course, India is playing a major role this year since we are one of the three prominent countries which are going to have their standalone pavilions. So, of course, we are going to make sure that the sports corridor, the sports business corridor is quite heavily loaded, which has never been in the past World Expos. So that is what we are doing for the business side of the sector.
Right, so another question, sir. So you were explaining about how athletes are important, sir. So could you give us an insight as to how every other aspect in sports, as in terms of in terms of the professionals who work in the sports industry, apart from the athletes, how important are they, sir?
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, but I'm not sure if I understood it.
So how important are the professionals working in the sports industry apart from the athletes, not the athletes, like every other, from the agents to the ones running the business? How important are all those people?
See, of course, there are a lot of professionals who contribute towards the development of the sector. Of course, they are the ones who are the wholesale they carry forward the business. But somehow, unfortunately, the sector is not so organized. So there, most of them, irrespective of their position and hierarchy, they work as freelancers, right? So they keep switching projects. Most of them, irrespective of the people who are working in the digital space. I'm talking about the people who work as professionals on ground. So most of them, they keep switching projects, and we don't have, of course, in the past few years, there have been a lot of projects. When we say projects in sports, we mostly talk about the leagues, starting from IPL to the new generation leagues like the rugby league and all, the polo league, which are yet to come. So they're just announced it. So roughly we have almost 15 to 17 leagues that are happening. And of course there are other leagues as well, state leagues as well, but I'm talking about the leagues which are mostly taking place on national level. So when we look at it, there's a handsome number of professionals who are actually contributing for the development of the leagues and the cross-functional businesses which happen. But when we say we talk about the status, how happy are they or how satisfied are they with the pay scales? Of course, for any professional, the first thing, or maybe the two things for any professional that matters is how interested he or she is in the job profile and what is that they are getting paid for. So of course, when someone is working in the sports sector, any professional, he is working by choice. He is happy. It's not unless like other sectors. Of course, we see people working in other sectors by choice and heart, but sports is something where people work out of passion. So most of the professionals, you'll talk to them, you'll find them happy. Yes, I'm doing what I wanted to. But the thing is, the pay scales, and we can say in a better and a more polished manner, the labor constraints, they are not quite filtered. I mean, it needs a lot of rigorous written policized developments to bring those professionals actually in a more professionalized platform. अभी हम आज की डेट में हम बोल देते हैं कि स्पोर्ट्स प्रोफेशनल्स, but nothing is happening professionally. Do you understand? This is something which is very ironical, but irrespective of the sports professional, his league, his business, he's coming from, the business he's representing or the organization he's representing, there are 19s and 20s, but of course nothing is completely professionalized right now. Things are getting in a better shape. Of course, the industry is much more filtered by now. अगर हम देखें 2008 में लीग कल्चर शुरू हुआ था IPL से, we are standing in what 2021, almost roughly 12 years of sports business has taken place. 12 सालों में professionalization आई है, but at least we need to go 60% of more where we are standing.
True, sir. सर इन दिस केस में एक चीज आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, आपको ये लगता है कि हमारे जो इंडिया के गवर्निंग स्ट्रक्चर है उसको पहले एक तरीके से ऑर्गेनाइज होना चाहिए जैसे दूसरे कंट्रीज में है, लाइक एक प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर जहाँ यहाँ पे जैसे 3 बॉडीज है, 3 सेपरेट बड़े बड़े बॉडीज है, राइट? ओलंपिक एसोसिएशन है, एक आपका साई हो गया, और एक नेशनल डेवलपमेंट जो स्पोर्टिंग बॉडी है, जो ये 3 अपने अंदर ही खूब बड़े बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। अगर आप अगर हम उसके जगह में ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी पकड़ लेते हैं, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास एक प्रॉपर ऑस्ट्रेलिया मिनिस्ट्री है, स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्ट्री है, उसके नीचे ऑस्ट्रेलिया का स्पोर्टिंग बॉडी आते हैं, देन दैट स्पोर्टिंग बॉडी इटसेल्फ इन दैट देयर वेबसाइट विल फाइंड द अदर जो भी बॉडीज, रोइंग बॉडी, साइकिलिंग बॉडी, जो भी बॉक्सिंग हो गया। पर अगर इंडिया में देखेंगे तो सारे बॉडी, लाइक मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमारे अंदर जो है, लाइक वी हैव नॉट अ प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर इज देयर। जो ये सबसे बड़ी जो क्वेश्चन मार्क स्पोर्ट्स बॉडी में आ जाता है, जो प्रोफेशनल जो भी प्रॉब्लम है, आपको ऐसा, मेरे जैसे कि आपको भी ऐसा फील है कि हमारे भी यहाँ पे प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर होनी चाहिए, लाइक दे शुड बी वर्क अंडर अ प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल एक आईओए सबसे ऊपर कर देते हैं, देन अंडर दैट वी कैन यूज नेशनल स्पोर्टिंग बॉडी फॉर लेजिस्लेशन मेकिंग, देन साई एज अ टीचिंग एंड ऑल, फिर उसके नीचे जो भी छोटे जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आ रहे हैं, बॉक्सिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, साइकिलिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जैसे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में स्ट्रक्चर बना के रखा है। आपको भी लगता है कि इंडिया में ये चीज होनी चाहिए? क्योंकि अभी इंडिया बहुत जगह पे प्रोग्रेस हो रहा है जो पहले हमने नहीं देखे थे। इंडिया आईएसएल भी ले लीजिए, आईएसएल भी लाइक इंडियन सुपर लीग जब स्टार्ट हुआ था लोगों ने सोचा नहीं थी कि वर्ल्ड में फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट लीग, फुटबॉल लीग, मतलब जो ब्रॉडकास्टिंग के हिसाब से फोर्थ लार्जेस्ट फुटबॉल लीग होगा, आज वो भी हो रहा है। मतलब कुछ साल पहले जो फुटबॉलर सोचते भी नहीं थे कि उन लोग भी लाइक दे कैन अर्न लाइक इन लैक्स, जो आज हो रहा है। तो इस वजह से आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ, क्या आपको ये लगता है कि ये चीज भी मतलब स्ट्रक्चर होनी चाहिए?
जी, द पॉइंट इज, चाहे हम किसी भी कंट्री का एग्जांपल उठाएं, ऑफ कोर्स ऑस्ट्रेलिया लवली कंट्री इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स गवर्नेंस, नॉट ओनली ऑस्ट्रेलिया, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ कि चाहे यूएस एक फेडरल कल्चर के हिसाब से चलता है, अगर हम यूएस को उठाएं, किसी को भी उठाएं, ऑफ कोर्स दे आर डूइंग वे, I'll not say they're doing better than us, but I'll say, of course, their sports governance is maybe much more organized than us. And especially in India, whenever you talk about sports and then you talk about sports governance, so you're already talking about the elephant in the room. It's not that कि हमारा उनसे खराब है या उनका हमसे अच्छा है. First of all, we need to understand कि जो हमारी sports umbrella है ना, we play the sports offered by all the countries. हम बास्केटबॉल भी खेलते हैं यूएस से, हम यूरोप का फुटबॉल भी खेलते हैं, हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया और न्यूजीलैंड के वाटर स्पोर्ट्स और एडवेंचर स्पोर्ट्स भी खेलते हैं, हम पैरा स्पोर्ट्स में भी हैं. इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द ओरिजिन ऑफ द स्पोर्ट, हम अपने लोकल स्पोर्ट्स भी खेलते हैं. हम कबड्डी से लेके उन सब की भी लीग आ रही है, खो खो की भी लीग आ रही है, राइट? तो हम ऑलमोस्ट सारी कंट्री के स्पोर्ट्स खेल रहे हैं. तो उसमें गवर्नेंस लाना इज नॉट ए इजी टास्क, ऑफ कोर्स, and it is nothing different like any other national agendas. Of course, अगर हम हेल्थ केयर को उठा लें, उसकी भी नेशनल लेवल पे अगर हम गवर्नेंस देखें, इट इज नॉट एट ऑल सॉर्टेड. ऑफ कोर्स थिंग्स आर गेटिंग बेटर, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज गेटिंग बेटर. अगर हम नेशनल लेवल की कोई भी चीज देखें, तो थिंग्स आर ऑफ कोर्स नॉट इन अ वेरी, दे आर इन द स्टेट ऑफ प्लान्स, बट दे आर नॉट वेल एट ऑल एग्जीक्यूटेड. तो सबसे पहले तो यही चीज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम इतने सारे स्पोर्ट्स में हम ऑलरेडी हैं, तो गवर्नेंस ऑफ कोर्स मुश्किल हो जाती है. इसका मतलब नहीं है कि दिस समथिंग व्हिच इज अनडूएबल. ऑफ कोर्स दिस कैन बी डन. वी हैव lovely leadership in all the bodies, irrespective of our ministry, irrespective of Sports Authority of India, then Indian Olympic Association, then Paralympic Committee of India, and including BCCI as well, जो कि एक सेपरेट बॉडी है हमारी स्पोर्ट्स की, और हमारी स्पोर्ट्स इकोनॉमी में एटलीस्ट मेजर चंक होल्ड करती है. तो वी हैव अमेजिंग लीडरशिप देयर, बट द थिंग इज कि देयर इज दिस थिंग कॉल्ड सिनर्जी. तो इट्स नॉट दैट कि द सिनर्जी इज मिसिंग, इट्स जस्ट दैट कि कोई कॉमन ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है फिलहाल आपस में इनको सिनर्जाइज होने का. बीसीसीआई का पीसीआई से कोई मतलब नहीं है जल्दी से, पीसीआई का इंडियन ओलंपिक एसोसिएशन से मतलब है, बट टू एन एक्सटेंट, राइट? सबके पास अपने अपने मैंडेट्स हैं, सब अपने अपने कॉमन मैंडेट्स पे काम कर रहे हैं. एक नोडल बॉडी अगर देखी जाए, फाइनल रिपोर्टिंग बॉडी देखी जाए, तो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स है, मोयाज है, बट मोयाज ने सब हेड्स बना बना के of course they did right from their end कि सब ग्रुप, इसको हम एक तरीके से साई को हम एक सब ग्रुप की तरह ट्रीट कर सकते हैं, इंडियन ओलंपिक एसोसिएशन को हम एक सब ग्रुप की तरह ट्रीट कर सकते हैं कि तुम्हें एक मैंडेट दे दिया गया है और तुम्हें उस पर काम करना है. of course things are happening, but what is needed for better governance is more synergized objectives. वो जो हमारी एक वो है ना, सबका साथ सबका विकास. तो इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे तो विकास हो रहा है, लेकिन सब अगर बहुत और साथ जुड़ के काम करेंगे और कॉमन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के टुवर्ड्स और ज्यादा जुड़ के काम करेंगे, तो मे बी दिस विल कंट्रीब्यूट टुवर्ड्स बेटर गवर्नेंस somehow.
Well, thank you, sir, for that interesting take on that. Sir, so I want to know your personal. What do you think? So if you notice, we have a lot of leagues in India that actually started, but it did not flourish the same way like IPL or ISL for that matter. So what do you think was the main reason as to why those leagues could not make it to that level? Because a few are still there, but a lot of leagues just stopped it right after that. So.
We need to understand something called as consumer behavior, right? We are three people who are sitting right here. I have played cricket in my life, somewhere down the corner, not professionally, not in any school team or college team, but somewhere I've played cricket. I'm sure you might have also played cricket. I'm sure Subhajit might have also played cricket, but I've never played Kho. I'm not sure that whether you have played. I'm not sure whether he has played. So if we look at other sports, we have never played, right? So there is no emotional, physical, or any form of connection with that sport, irrespective of कि उसका origin कहाँ से है. Maybe kabaddi we should be more emotionally attached to, because this kabaddi is a sport which comes from our soil. Kho is a sport which comes from our soil. But I'm not very sure that if we pick up randomly 100 students or 100 people or 100 men and women, I'm not sure how many of them would have played those sports like polo, hockey, kabaddi, kho. But cricket's, of course, there's this thing called first mover advantage, which IPL has, surely. Not just because they came first into the business of league, also because India's been a cricketing nation for a longer period. So there are other elements also which kick into this progress, but something which I understand personally is the consumer behavior. The consumer has actually not consumed those sports, so he will not at all be interested, not be the right word, but of course may not be interested to watch a sport which he or she has never played nor has ever witnessed in the stadium. और बाकी स्पोर्ट्स के अगर हम देखें तो हमारे स्कूल्स में, कॉलेजेस में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर भी नहीं मिलेगा, irrespective of how small that infrastructure has to be. क्रिकेट ग्राउंड मिल जाएगा, फिर भी टूटा फूटा irregular क्रिकेट ग्राउंड होगा, बट we'll find it somehow, या लोकल कम्युनिटीज ने जोड़ के मिलके बनाया हुआ होगा, बट एक बेसिक टीटी टेबल हो सकता है नहीं मिलेगी वहां पे, you'll find it missing. So it is also not just about the infrastructure, it is just about how we have developed it. It is not that they are developing us, it is community, not only just the sports community, but in general, any consumer, we have developed it like that.
Right.
Sir, so
Sorry. Yeah, Ryan, you first, then I, please.
So no, sir, if it's in this regard, you can continue.
So sir, I was asking कि आपने जैसे जो कंपटीशन की जब भी बात की, तो हमें पता है कि आज के जमाने में लाइक बहुत सारे स्कूल्स है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हमने केंद्रीय विद्यालय को उठा लेते हैं एग्जांपल के तौर पे, तो वहाँ पे हम देखते हैं कि वहाँ पे चाहे स्टूडेंट्स लाइक इफ दे आर विलिंग टू प्ले समथिंग, एक वोकेशनल क्लास होता है जिसमें लोगों को कोचिंग दिया जाता है. वहाँ से आपको पता है कि वो क्लास्टर्स है, नेशनल लेवल, स्टेट लेवल पे लोगों को भेजा जाता है. पर अगर किसी अच्छे प्राइवेट स्कूल के हम ले लेते हैं, तो वहाँ पे ये वाला कल्चर, स्पोर्ट्स गेम्स एक ऐसा लाइक टाइम टेबल में है, बट एज सेंट्रल केंद्रीय विद्यालय वैसा नहीं है. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि हमें अगर किसी स्पोर्ट्स को डेवलप करना है, so do we need to work from the grassroots level or not? Like grassroots level मतलब स्कूल भी एक उसका like the impact of school should be also there. Except the sports education school, the school, normal school, there should also impact on that on. I have this question in my mind.
There are two unique differences कि क्या हमें sports culture को develop करना है या हमें किसी particular sport को develop करना है. Both have their own ways, right? दोनों के road maps बहुत अलग हैं. Of course, केंद्रीय विद्यालय है set an great example. उसके अलग reasons भी हैं. They have good budgets, they have good leadership teams. Their leadership teams are एक retaining ship है. वहाँ पे leadership teams बदलती नहीं है. किसी हम प्राइवेट स्कूल में जाएं, आज फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर कोई और है, कल फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर कोई और होगा, राइट? in brands like केंद्रीय विद्यालय, DAV, they are established schools. सबसे पहली बात, इन्हें बाकी चीजों पे अपना एक versus a new school, मान लीजिए कोई एक नया, there's this new school, there's a new brand called XYZ Public School, lovely school, huge infrastructure, great facilities, great everything, but the thing is they're very new in the market, so their priorities are different. And for a school like KVS and DAV, they are already established schools, they have great teams, they just need repolishing, right? And अब बात आती है कि हमें sports culture develop करना है. Of course, to develop a sports culture, it can never happen overnight. we need to get to the roots of the curriculum. उसमें स्टेट स्कूल एजुकेशन बोर्ड्स को साथ देना होगा सेंटर के साथ, and of course things are happening. Maybe this started in 2017, but more or less by the end of, I feel, 2021 or 2022, this will come into place. There's this body called BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. So they're already working on it. They're trying to develop a curriculum which you can root into all the schools, irrespective of the centralized schools and the state schools. So that is how a sports culture will come up over the years. और उसमें भी ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आज हमने वो curriculum introduce कर दिया and then we can see results in another 2 years or 3 years. What I personally feel, it will take at least a decade to get that generation evolved completely into that culture. And on the other side, to actually किसी sport को अगर develop करना है particularly, तो I feel the wholesome power is there with the federation. चाहे वो boxing को develop करना है, चाहे rafting को करना है, खो-खो को करना है, किसी को भी करना है, they need to do road shows, they need to go to the schools, they need to make, I feel they need to make state teams and ask those teams to visit different districts, different schools at times, do more competitions, do more inter and intra-school competitions. So that's how that particular sport will grow.
So another question. So we were discussing in the same regard. Now, if you look in India, for example, any school, okay, let's leave school level aside, college level tournaments, for example, today, we have a tournament, like I'm giving an example. Let's say Ramaya College organizes a tournament, we go there, or Christ organizes, we go there. So that's how it is. It's clustered, and it works the same way in school also, for cricket, football, any sport. Now, if you look at the United States of America, they have a NCAA that runs every tournament in the university level. So that one organization takes care of the entire thing, and it's properly systematic, and people even get into the professional leagues, into the draft through the NCAA tournaments. So now, if you notice, because of that tournament in the United States, now let's say today the UCLA is playing for they are playing against University of North Carolina or wherever. The entire state of UCLA, the entire state over there, will support that team, whether they have a kid there or not. So that's how the culture is. So do you think India has to inculcate such a system? Do you think that could change? Because we have a big population, and even if 20% of our population puts in the same interest like the US, it will be a big number, right?
I feel even 2% will be a big number to when compared to any country in US or Europe or even Middle East. And this is not even this is just not the culture in USA. You pick up the football culture from Europe. अगर स्पेन की टीम खेल रही है तो you'll find the same thing versus उधर से फ्रांस की टीम खेल रही है, irrespective of the leagues. I feel there are more than 152 football leagues, but this is something which you'll find common in all the leagues, right? And similarly, when we come to NCAA, the thing is NCAA closely works with their nodal bodies. अगर basketball championship हो रही है, then that will be not exactly governed, but will be under mentorship of NBA. So that is the thing there. But I'm not very sure, of course, not sure at all if this happens in India, because the problem, I'll not say it as a problem. We have 914 universities. This is the number I checked last, maybe, and which are registered under UGC. So we have 914 universities. I'm not sure how many universities play against each other. I'm not even sure how many universities of the same state play against each other. There are a very few. And that championship is completely different. But when compared to the championship which is governed and organized by the federation. अगर बास्केटबॉल की हमारी कोई चैंपियनशिप हो रही है यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पे, तो the organizing body, the nodal charge has nothing seriously to do with the nodal body of basketball or boxing in India. अगर बॉक्सिंग की हो रही है, considering the fact we are talking about boxing, so the national level boxing championship will be completely governed by Boxing Federation of India, but not when we are talking about university games. Of course, the rules will be the same which are implied by BFI, but the nodal charges have nothing serious to do. So of course, this is the thing there. If there are more joint ventures, I think that'll produce to better tournaments,
I think
which
the
are
Khelo India is aiming that, I guess. Khelo India Youth
yes, I guess
Games.
yes, I guess yes. On a longer term, the objective is same. On a longer term, the objective is same, especially for the sub junior category. Of course, yes. And then they are introducing Khelo India Winter Games also, which is not in the priority list of any federation so far. Not exactly any federation, especially the universities and schools so far. So of course, yes, that will change things maybe 5 to 7 years down the line.
Hopefully. So, but okay, Subrajit, sir. Okay.
तो सर मुझे एक सवाल अचानक मेरे दिमाग में जो आया है, मुझे ये चीज आपसे पूछना था, लाइक आज के लाइक व्हेन वी सी फ्रॉम न्यूज़पेपर एंड ऑल, कभी कभी हमारे नजर में ऐसे ऐसे न्यूज आते हैं जिसमें वी सी लाइक सम स्पोर्ट्स एथलीट्स हु यूज्ड टू रिप्रेजेंट इंडिया इन सर्टेन ओलंपिक और सर्टेन बॉक्सिंग एंड ऑल, बट नाउ दे आर नॉट इन दैट पोजीशन, राइट? हमने कुछ like 3 months back I have read one newspaper, there was a boxing player who is now pulling, he's a now auto driver, he became auto driver. Then like sir, after like what do you think in our Indian society, like they are like the parents, which not us, the parents I'm telling you, like the 19th 18th century people who are there, what do you think their view on this sport? Because एक negligency कब आता है जब लोग sports को उतना like they don't see it at that way which they see in different subjects, sports like education sector, like not education, I mean to say like different streams like doctor, engineers and this medicals and lawyers and all. Like you are getting my point, sir, right? Like whenever this come for the players with are wo to like he is a 2 fast guy, so only played, left him like that, so left him, अरे उसका like old हो जाएगा, then after he is getting old he will be like there is no use of him. क्या करोगे खेल कूद के? ऐसे भी लोग बोलते हैं खेल कूद के क्या करोगे, राइट? इससे अच्छा है पढ़ाई लिखाई करो, कुछ रिटायरमेंट के बाद तो कुछ पेंशन तो आ ही जाएगा. तो इसको चेंज करने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? व्हाट कैन वी डू टू चेंज दिस?
See, I honestly don't think I have the right answer for it, but of course, this is the taboo which exists. One of the taboos which exist in the Indian society out of the 100 other taboos, and I also don't want to appreciate this fact and depreciate this fact, because irrespective of the profession, there are some professions which will be there in the society, in the princely states. Ki doctor hai, engineer hai, these are the common cross-stitch professions. उसको हम स्पोर्ट्स से ऑफ कोर्स कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते. दिस इज आवर फुलिशनेस कि हम चाहें कि वो उससे बराबर हो जाएगा, राइट? वो वैसा नहीं हो सकता. दैट इज लाइक इमेजिनिंग अ अनवांटेड यूटोपियन सोसाइटी. वैसा ना प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल है मेरे हिसाब से. अगर वो जिस दिन उसके बराबर हो गया, इट विल स्पोर्ट्स विल एक्चुअली लूज इट्स ओन एसेंस. या तो वो उससे नीचे है, इट्स गुड, या वो उससे ऊपर है तो इट्स गुड. दैट इज द होल you know why people like sports. It is real life or real time entertainment. As consumers, why do we like sports? It is real time entertainment. वो हारना और जीतने के बीच के वो जो moments होते हैं, that pushes the adrenaline, right? हम movies भी देख सकते हैं entertainment के लिए, but the thing is those are scripted things. चाहे किसी की बायोग्राफी हम देख रहे हैं, maybe we know the conclusions. Right here, right at the moment, it is about real time entertainment. So this profession cannot work like other professions, doctors, engineers, or lawyers. I'm not trying to degrade those professions. Every profession has its own essence in the functionality of a society. But ये मान के चलना कि उसकी बराबरी पे स्पोर्ट्स को उनके साथ रखा जाए या फिर उनसे ऊपर रखा जाए, this is not certain. This is not how any sports professional, any athlete or anyone even outside the industry or outside this profession should try to bring equilibrium of such sense. हमें नहीं, I personally strongly feel कि we should not try to educate this. The thing is, we should try to give the required respect. That is what we can do. कि अगर वो athlete है या वो coach है या वो कुछ भी है, maybe it's ground staff, तो जो required respect है, just like we do it for the army men. By nature एक natural हमारा instinct है, somehow मेरा तो है biologically कि you know this sense of pride when it comes, कि चाहे तुम एक soldier से मिल रहे हो, चाहे तुम एक colonel से मिल रहे हो, there is this sense of pride. You know, these are the people who are serving our nation. So an athlete on a similar level or a coach on a similar level is representing our nation. वो जाके लड़ नहीं रहा दुश्मन से, that is different, but he's representing our nation on international fronts. So जो required sense of pride है वो हमारे अंदर होनी चाहिए naturally, वो सोसाइटी के अंदर होनी चाहिए. बट ये वाले जो टैबू हैं, of course things are getting better. This is something which will come with over the years of education. Over the years जब ये चीज practice होगी ना, हमारी जनरेशन, उससे अगली जनरेशन, जब 2-3 जनरेशन ये चीज प्रैक्टिस करेंगी over the years की, you know, जो required respect है वो मिले एथलीट को, even when he is an athlete or when he is a former athlete. दो बड़ी अलग चीजें होती हैं. When people are performing, someone is performing, an athlete is performing, तो उसे फेडरेशन से भी रिस्पेक्ट मिलती है, सोसाइटी से भी रिस्पेक्ट मिलती है. बाय द टाइम ही रिटायर्स, तो एक जो फॉर्मर वाला टैग लग जाता है ना, फिर सोसाइटी से उसकी वो धीरे धीरे उसकी ग्रेस खत्म होने लगती है. So that needs to be there.
I think it's you just gave the army example. So whenever we see retired or colonel or something on an army general, we respect them immediately. But when it comes to a sports person, if you see retired, you're like, so yeah, I think that's a very fair point.
Sir, before we end this session, right, as you were saying, like the time limits and all, so what's your motivation quota for the next generation people who are coming, like the age like Ryan and below age? Then what you want to give them something, like what is your motivation quota to them so they can include themselves in sports sector?
I honestly feel, irrespective of the reports being published कि sports industry का size ये है, future बहुत promising है, या कुछ ऐसी reports आती हैं where we get to see that, you know, the future, there's been a lot of job losses, or how to enter the sports industry, why do people leave the sports industry when they finish off with 4, 5, 6 years. Most of the people, the people who have been working in the sports industry, you talk to them, they'll say, you know, it's not very promising. The thing is, we should not go by what other people say. Of course, it's a tough call, but I like to extend this sentence. We should, of course, give it a try. When you really want to do it, and especially for the youth, talking about Ryan, somewhere 19, 20, 21 years of age, if you really, I'm saying, not just out of passion that one of your friends is doing, or maybe you just like to watch sports, that is why you want to get into the sector, I don't think that is a good idea. If you actually want to contribute to the sector in any manner, whether going in the technology space or whether going to the any of the other possible opportunities, I think that if you really, I'm repeating it 3 times, really want to enter the sector, just don't stop yourself because 7 other gentlemen said that, you know, the sector is not very promising. I think you should give it a try. Maybe if it figures out, you stay, you move on. If you feel it is not worth your time, exit and then move out. This is something I feel as of now. This is what I have learned and experienced as of now. Maybe my opinion might change in the coming years, I don't know. But as of now, this is what I have learned and observed.
Well said. So I think, yeah, actually, no, there's a lot of us actually, we, like you said, right, in terms of opportunities or so in that regard, a lot of us actually do sit and contemplate as to whether there is a possibility of us even getting a job or so. And that's why I think a lot of people do deviate away. Sir, did sir get disconnected? Subrajit, sir? Sir, you're muted.
You can,
Sir,
yeah, you can stop the recording.
no, he's back. So yeah, guys, sorry for the technical thing, but yes, yes, no worries, sir. No worries. No, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, thank you so much on behalf of Global Sports Policy Review. We would like to firstly just thank you so much, sir, for taking time off your busy schedule and spending giving us a few valuable words. Also, in regard with what you recently said last about us about the youth taking up responsibilities in order to contribute to the sports industry. So I'm pretty sure a lot of others will benefit from it. I did benefit from it. So yes, so once again, thank you so much. Subrajit sir, would you like to say anything?
First of all, Pranav sir, we are really thankful to you once again. You have came to us, even you have a busy schedule with you. So many things is coming up in this sector of the sports, and I know how busy you are scheduling this part and talking with the ministries and all, and then giving us more than 30 minutes, and we are really grateful to you. Hope we'll meet someday, after this corona, we will meet someday in personal way, and we are really grateful by the team of GSPR. We are really thankful to you.
Thanks a lot, Subhajit and Ryan. You are more than welcome to Delhi anytime. You guys are anytime here. Just give me a ring. Come to the office, drop down anytime. We will love to host you here. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure speaking to you guys. Take care. Take care.
Thank you so much, sir. Everyone, from on behalf of, please like, share, and subscribe, and stay safe.